Hello, and welcome to the Mikestand. Hey, Woody. Hey, ATC. Kind of boggles the mind. Bada bing. Kind of boggles the mind sometimes when you have sometimes you have to go run an errand, and so you kind of take yourself out of your routine a little bit, and then you realize almost at the last second that you forgot to do something that's kind of important. Like in this case, sharing the stream. I just had to share the stream right before I went live here, so because I forgot to share it earlier. So well, I didn't even get to put my little message with it on Discord and Parlor where I shared it. And usually I don't share. I don't have a message on Facebook on either my main Facebook page or when I share it on the main event collectors. Let's see, laugh out loud. I'm good. All right, so we're gonna wait for a few minutes see who might show up. Got six stories, four of them comics on one each from anime and TV cartoons. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. Yeah. So ATC, you said you're doing good. How about you, Woody? How'd your day go today? Anything exciting happen? For me, one of the things I had to do today is I had to actually do my laundry today. Normally I do it on Fridays, but my sister sent me a message this afternoon that apparently our the water company is going to be doing some repair work, so they're going to be turning off the water between 8 and 5 in my area here. So had to get my wash done today. Yeah, so anyways, and I do appreciate any and all likes and shares, of course, to help get more people in here. Obviously, let's see now. We got a big storm coming my way, so my internet's going to be cutting in and out. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. I hope everything will end up being okay for you up there in Ontario. Um, anyway, let's see. I thought Mike always had a black shirt and a blue shirt. No, I just primarily have black shirts, black t-shirts, as you can see here, um, and black and blue jeans. So, um, and I know I told you guys I'd be getting my haircut soon. I do plan on doing that. Was planning on doing that this week, but then we had that storm come in, so I have to wait until a little better weather, and then I'm gonna call my barber and set up a appointment and get all this taken off. So, I know you won't stop. I know you can't stop, baby. So, anyways, ah, anything else on you guys' mind tonight? Hello, Mike. Hello, ATC. Hey, Woody. I saw you early. I saw your comment earlier. Okay. Yeah. So probably when we get a little closer to 10 minutes, I'll talk about what's on tap for tonight. So we do have 6 stories tonight. 4 of them in the comics realm, and uh, one each, one each in anime, and one each in anime and television. So let me see here. I'll remind myself of some of this stuff. Let's see. Well, we still have 3 people here. So let's see. 8 minutes into it. Yeah. Oh boy. Hey Woody. Yeah. Yeah. GEY is liable to be pronounced as gay as well. Kind of like gray, GRAY and GREY. Hmm. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Baby. Yeah, I guess ATC's internet cut out right now because yeah, we're down back down to 2 for the moment, but mm, up to 9 minutes now. Okay, so excuse me for just one moment here. Be right back. 9:44. All right, well, I guess I'll get started now with at least talking about what's on tap for tonight. So as I said, I got six articles to go through. One from Bounding into Comics, the other 5 from CBR. 4 of them comics related, one each from like anime and television. Among them includes um, let's see, the Deadpool manga is now considered Marvel's best-selling comic, um, according to the Bounding into Comics article um, in their history. Also, let's see now. There's a bit of a profile piece on IDW Publishing release for the Lockheed Sandman universe. Also, some artwork from Jack Kirby on from the history of the DC universe is going up for sale, and Image Comics has a release coming out as well. Also, some Evangelion news, as well as a little profile piece on Cartoon Network's Crypto the Superdog. So now I'm down to one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever see. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever see. Yeah, I guess so. Wait till we get a few more minutes. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever see. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever be. I'm ready now, of course. I'll just wait till we get some people in here. Oh, we're now back up to two people, so that's good. Um. So yeah. So, anyways, gonna stretch it out to 15 minutes just so we can get some people in here. Um. But I have it ready now. So. Um. Oh, Bat Goat's here. Bat Goat. Hey, now we got four people in here. Goody, yay! So it's a good thing I waited before I started reading the stories. Hey, hi, Bats. Hey, Bat Goat. Alrighty then. So we're at the 13-minute mark. We got four people in here now. So I'm go ahead and get started reading this article then. A little later than usual, but that's okay because we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to get as much of the content as possible here. So, anyways, Japan exclusive Deadpool. Samurai manga is Marvel's most read series in recent history. Spencer Cooley dated today. So let's take a look at this article. Boasting reader numbers far greater than those achieved by the publisher's best-selling Western books in recent years, a Japan-exclusive Deadpool manga has officially solidified itself as Marvel's current most popular series. Written by Sanshiro Kasama, Goshujin Sama to H, Nakoto Shitai, Dore no Ohanashi, with art by Hikaru Uesugi, Nisei Kyoko, no, Nisei Kyoku, Soshitsu no Hachio San. Deadpool Samurai follows the merc with a mouth as he traverses Japan, meeting both established and original Marvel characters along the way. The series is currently exclusive to Shonen Jump Plus, a Japan-only digital manga magazine spun off of Shueisha's Jump line. where it has been serialized since December 10th, 2020. So basically, for the past 2 months or so, 2.5 months. Who is this guy? We disappeared. He disappeared out of nowhere. Loki. It's been a while. Deadpool. Hey, Deadpool. Could it be that the manga is tanking in the jump survey? Hold up. Are they trying to prop up the ratings by introducing a popular original character in the third chapter? Uh, However, despite being both region and app locked, Deadpool Samurai has been putting up massive readership numbers throughout its run. Both the series' first and second chapters amassed over 1 million reads each. And though a standard drop off in readers has occurred since its debut, Deadpool Samurai, most recent chapter, has still been viewed by over 650,000 fans. Here's some of the Japanese. Let's see if anybody's saying anything yet. Hey there, Professor Batgoat. Back down to 3 people now. I don't know. While these readership numbers are impressive on their own, they're staggering more so when compared to the sales numbers for Marvel's best selling books in recent years. According to estimated sales numbers provided by Comichron, Marvel has only produced one book beside Deadpool Samurai that has managed to reach the 1 million sales mark since 2009. Wow, that's over 10 years. It's like 12 years. They've only sold 2 books. They've only sold 1 million copies of 2 books in the past 12 years. That's incredible thing. The year the comic book industry statistics website began listing said data. This book was 2015 Star Wars #1, which officially launched Disney and Marvel's latest Star Wars series of comics in the wake of original IP owner Lucasfilm's acquisition by the entertainment conglomerate. Chewbacca, C3PO, R2D2, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, and Han Solo. They only 2 other books came even close to touching the significantly lower bar of 573,000 readers, as registered on Deadpool's Samurai's latest read chapter. Notably, these 2 books were both special issues featuring Spider Man, arguably Marvel's most popular character. The first was 2009's Amazing Spider Man number 583, an issue dedicated entirely to the inauguration of then President elect Barack Obama. And 2014's Amazing Spider Man #1, this is probably volume 2 of Amazing Spider Man, which featured the return of Peter Parker following his years long possession by the mind of Dr. Otto Octavius. Uh, Alongside Jujutsu Kaisen's recently achieved 36 million cumulative sales numbers, the 9.3 million volumes sold success of Chainsaw Man despite not having an anime, and Bounding into Comics' own regular coverage of manga's rise over the failing Western comic book industry, it's clear that Eastern produced collections of sequential images are resonating more and more with the average audience member. What do you make of Deadpool Samurai's success? Let us know your thoughts on social media. So, you guys have anything you want to add to that commentary there? I'm waiting for an answer. Of course, I'll go there. The next story. In a city of justice, city of love, city of peace, every one of us. Let's see. Anybody got anything to say about the previous article here? All right. Well, I guess with that being said, I guess nobody's got anything more to say about it. So we'll definitely move on to this next article then. Lock and Key, the Sandman Universe. Hell and Gone #1 debuts bone chilling preview. IDW Publishing has released a preview for the first issue of Hell and Gone Lock and Key's crossover with DC Comics' Sandman universe. Okay, that's very interesting. It started with a dream. And it is based on, I think, Sandman's post crisis character. We'll get into that later as we go through the history portion, but on Fridays, of course. Following the launch of Lock and Key, the Sandman Universe, Hell and Gone, #0 late last year, IDW Publishing and DC Comics Supernatural crossover kicks off proper with issue #1 next month. IDW has now released a preview of the series of the issue, offering both Lock and Key and Sandman fans a new look at what they can expect the from the let's see meeting of worlds. Hell and Gone #1 follows a desperate Mary Locke, whose brother Jack um, may be 10 years dead, but still sends letters home from hell. um, Her quest to rescue him from the pit will require her to outsmart Roderick Burgess, the most wicked man in England, puzzle her way through the House of Mystery, and risk the walking nightmare known as Corinthian, the Corinthian, in a disintegrating kingdom of dreams. An official synopsis reads: Without Sandman, I don't know if there ever would have been a Lock and Key. Lock and Key writer Joe Hill said of the DC Vertigo series, created by Neil Gaiman, Sam Keith, and Mike Drigenberg. Neil Gaiman's stories taught Gabriel and me how to tell ours. Um, the Sandman series is to comics what J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings was to fantasy, and maybe what Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was to rock and roll. It's the alpha and the omega of dark fantasy in this format. Neil dreamt up all the best toys, and what a thrill it's been to play with them. Maybe the biggest surprise is how naturally these series lace together. It's like always been they've always been waiting for each other. An an idea we started discussing with Joe as a joke became a dream once and now the stars aligned to land us the key to open the gate to a story that means so much to us, added Locke, Lock and Key artist Gabriel Rodriguez. Um, Both Joe and myself fell in love deeper than ever with comics, thanks to a generation of genius creators guided by editor Karen Berger in DC's Vertigo line. They brought to the media a breath of insane, mind-bending, fresh air, rarely seen before Morpheus Saga is direct before. Morpheus' saga is directly responsible for inspiring the foundation of Key House, the crafting of the magic keys, and the family saga of Lock and Key. To have these universes weave together in a multi-dimensional, gut-wrenching, and heartbreaking adventure is indeed a dream unlocked. Sandman Universe, Lock and Key. Look at the artwork. The artwork's pretty gritty there. Ah, I mean, I'm not saying that the pictures are gritty, but the just the way they draw is pretty gritty. That's what I mean. I mean, you can still look and see it's beautiful artwork. It's the grittiness, not the material, but the story here. Written by Joe Hill and illustrated by Gabriel Rodriguez, with colors by Jay Photos. Lock and Key, The Sandman Universe, Hell and Gone #1, goes on sale April 14th from IDW Publishing and DC Comics. Oh, let's see if you guys have said anything about that one. Still no additional comments. Still only two people watching. You guys still here? Uh, no, ATC said that. No, ATC said that you might be having some intermittent um, internet problems because of a storm up there. So, and we're back up to three now. That's good. Anyways, as we prepare to move on to the next story, then I'll be right back, guys. Got to go off camera for a moment. Alrighty then. So, anyways, back to the articles here. Don't have any new comments to reply to as of. I guess people are lurking right now. Okay, so here's the next article. History of the DC Universe art by Jack Kirby, Joe Kubert, and more to be auctioned. The art from the gatefold in the history of the DC Universe deluxe hardback is up for sale with contributions from a who's who of comics artists. Look at all the different characters there. You got the Green Lanterns right there. You got Plastic Man. I think it looks like Dark Side. Um, Spectre, Flash down there, Black Hawk, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Robin. You got Captain Marvel. You got another Green Lantern right there. Hal Jordan, I guess. Um, Power Girl, um, Aquaman over there, Vigilante, Metamorpho, Wildcat. A good mix of Earth 2, Earth 1, quality, um, Fawcett, all the different universes. Captain Atom, Charlton, Golden Age Flash in front of the Silver Age Flash right there. Zatara and Zatanna, Lady Blackhawk in the background there. So, the original art for the Jam poster included in the deluxe hardback edition of 1988's The History of the DC Universe, containing contributions from numerous comics legends, is going up for auction in April. A total of 53 DC heroes are represented in the poster, which was designed by Joe Kubert and drawn by 54 artists, including Jack Kirby and Mike Royer. Jack Kirby and Mike Royer on Darkseid, and Bob Kane on Batman and Robin. Bob Chapman, president of Graffiti Designs, provided the art. said Heritage Auctions, which is selling it at the Comics and Comic Art Signature auction in April. Graffiti co published the History of the DC Universe hardback with DC, and Chapman conceived the idea for the poster, contacted the artist, and coordinated the production. Here's some more of the artwork there. Black and white sketching there. The Golden Age was represented by Kubert, Murphy Anderson, and artist Rowan Hasten, who rendered his creation Wildcat and Martin Nodell on the Alan Scott Green Lantern. Silver Age artists included Carmine Infantino on the Jay Garrick Flash, Joe Orlando, Gene Colan, and Ramona Fradon, and Gil Kane. Other participants were Neil Adams, Jim Aparo, Howard Clayton, Dave Gibbons, Beto Hernandez, Jaime Hernandez, Mike Kaluta, George Perez, Bill Sienkiewicz, Jim Steranko, and Matt Wagner. And of course, we read about Jim Steranko last night. So it pops up again. Of the gatefold, Chapman said, and it really was a dream come true. I pulled it off. I am really proud of the piece. It was and is something very, very special. Chapman said Superman artist Wayne Boring passed away before he could contribute, and Steve Ditko and Frank Frazetta declined. Chapman copied each image multiple times as the piece split into three boards. Um, went from one artist went from artist to artist for over 9 months. It was a really fun exercise coordinating the efforts. And there were a lot of good phone conversations because back then, of course, there was no email or Twitter, Chapman said. Yeah, you did everything by phone. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm calling you. I just called to say I love you. A little Stevie Wonder humor there. Anyways, we have a new comment. Chad's dead tonight. Yeah, not a lot of people are. Maybe people are just feeling more of a lurking mood tonight, just listening to the stories. I guess we had as many as four, but right now it seems like there's only two people in here. I guess according to the counter, anyways. Participant. Yeah, ATC. You and I are listed as the only participants in the chat. But anyways, well, that sometimes happens. Sometimes usually it happens on Wednesday, but because of Hump Day. But I'm sure we'll be lively again tomorrow when we get into like some more comic history. So hopefully we can get Tug to join us. The history of the DC universe was a two-issue follow-up to Crisis on Infinite Earths, explaining the post-crisis timeline. The Jam image was reprinted as a poster and then painted as a mural in DC's offices in New York. Um, then they have, of course, a keep reading thing there. So, anyways, oh, there's back. Go. I'm here. Keep going. Yeah, we'll just yeah. As ATC was pointing out, it did seem a little bit like not a whole lot of conversation going on. I would figure you guys might say something on some of this, but anyways, 40 minutes. Well, 40 minutes in, so that's pretty good. So get ready to move on to the next story then. So here's the last of the comic stories tonight. Laugh out loud. All right. So, anyways, Image announces Who Done It series, the six sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. Image and Skybound unveiled the six sidekicks of Trigger Keaton, an action comedy murder mystery series by Kyle Stark and Chris Schweitzer. Oh boy, a action comedy murder mystery. That sounds kind of interesting. I'm sure a lot of dark humor would be applied to it. Um, let's see how things go here. Image Comics and Skybound Entertainment have unveiled their latest project, The Six Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. Um, a murder mystery whodunit with elements of action, comedy, and if its description is correct, a tremendous amount of gonzo energy and grandiose violence. Written by Kyle Starks and drawn by Chris Schweitzer, both of whom are Eisner Award nominees. Erica Henderson will provide a variant cover for the first issue. The Six Sidekicks of Trigger issue 1. 899. Six Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton number 1. Written by Kyle Starks. Art by Chris Schweitzer. Cover A by Chris Schweitzer. Cover B by Erica Henderson. On sale June 9th. The world's most unlikable action star has been found dead, and his previous TV sidekicks take it upon themselves to find out who killed him. But how can you catch a murderer when almost everyone hated the victim? Time for the sidekicks to become the stars of the show, and is, if any, can survive the Stuntman War. Paul Hernandez, sidekick number 1. I was a guy. You're Skippy! Tad Haxcroft, sidekick number 3. Pour one out for our fallen friend. Jerry Komodo, sidekick number 2. I'm kind of reminded of Frady Cat here, looking at these a little bit. Just for those you who don't know, Frady Cat was a cartoon back in the 70s as part of Uncle Croc's block. I'm pretty sure Woody would know what Woody and Batman would probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Freddy Cat was this cat who was basically on his ninth life, and the ghost of his previous eight lives had come back and haunt. Anytime he'd say a number 1 through 8, the ghost of his eight previous lives would come. One. If he said one, it'd be like the cave cat ancestor. You know, but if number 9 came up, it would be like a lightning cloud looking to kill him by electrocuting him by shooting lightning at him. So, anyways, as we continue here, I'm so excited to be working with Skybound again on another great action comedy series. Stark said in a statement, "This time I get to do it with my best friend, America's best kept cartoonist secret, and 3-time Eisner nominee Chris Schweitzer. The Chris came to me and suggested the remarkable title, which we crafted into a tale of 6 former kid TV sidekicks trying to solve the murder of their awful human TV mentor. Sort of like Knives Out meets Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If there are 2 things I love to write, it's charming dummies and action. And this book is full of both, plus rising sales, escalating nonsense, and a lot of fun. Comics should be fun, so we made a fun one. I'll be right back. Gotta go off camera here for a moment. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's see now. Fun comics are Kyle Stark's bread and butter. His prior bibliography includes Assassination, okay, and Kill Them All. Both stories about flamboyant professional killers going to war against or alongside one another. In addition, Starks wrote and drew um, Sex Castle, a tribute to the 80s action cinema bombast, which was optioned for a feature film adaptation at Fox. Kyle and I are opposites in almost every way, with extremely different artistic and narrative priorities, except for one that we share. We both want to do our very best work. And we want that work to resonate with its audience. Definitely sounds like these guys aren't SJWs. Sounds like people we might want to consider supporting. Schweitzer said, and that sentiment is enough for us to end up seeing eye to eye on things, and helps to turn our disagreements over story or its execution into a whetstone that sharpens it up into something that we hope we can be proud of. We were keen to take an action story and structure it around a mystery. We both like mystery um, comedies like Monk, Knives Out, and Sight. We wanted to continue those genres in a way that was fun for us and fresh for the reader. Schweitzer is known for his historical adventure series, The Krogan Adventures, and the horror comedy, The Creeps, which was nominated for Best Publication for Early Readers at the 2017 Eisner Awards. The Six Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton will be available at comic book stores and on digital platforms on Wednesday, June 9th from Image Comics. There you go. Let's see. More there, that's far. Back up to 3. Okay, let's see now. So that was it for the comic stories. All right. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go off. I've gotta just take a momentary break. I'll be right back. Alrighty then, I'm back now. Let's see. So, anyways, we're coming up. Yeah, it really is a slow night. Usually there's, usually Leto's usually here by now. Um, but anyways, um, hope everything's all right. Leto's usually here by now, and Nimity's usually here by now. So maybe they got some other stuff going on. But anyways, on to the next story here. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 is finally out in Japan. How long will Americans have to wait for it? Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time, is finally out in Japanese theaters. An American release, however, has not yet been announced. After facing so many delays that it felt as if the film was cursed, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time, is finally out in Japanese theaters. According to those who've seen it, the film makes good on its promise as a definitive conclusion and goodbye to the Neon Genesis Evangelion franchise. However, while the wait is over in Japan, American fans might still be in for a long wait if the release patterns of the previous rebuild of Evangelion films are anything to go by. Each of the first three rebuild films had a roughly 2 year gap between their Japanese and American theatrical releases. Evangelion 1.0, You Are Not Alone, was released in Japan on September 1st, 2007, and began an American theatrical rollout on July 2nd, 2009. Evangelion 2.0, You Can Not Advance, came out in Japan on June 27th, 2009, and in America on January 21st, 2011. Evangelion 3.0, You Can Not Redo, came out in Japan on November 17th, 2012, and in America on January 10th, 2014. Yeah, there's one of the angels right there. Or actually, I think it's the Ava 1, I believe, or Ava 3. One of the mechas they used to fight the angels, actually. All of the American theatrical releases were limited, with 3.0 getting the widest release in 82 theaters. American DVD, Blu ray releases of the director's cuts followed fairly quickly for the first two films. 1.11 came out December 17th, 2009, and 2.22 on March 29th, 2011. But fans who couldn't make it to 3.0's theatrical run had to wait another 2 years until February 2nd, 2016 to purchase 3.33 on home video. Its delay was because Kara, the Rebuild Films production studio, requested Funimation redo its entire translation, allegedly in response to a particularly raucous premiere at Otakon. Hmm. Wonder what that was about. Funimation screwing around with dubs again? Oh boy. Wonder what that was about. Ah. Much has changed in the theatrical anime landscape in the years since 3.0's release. Anime movies are being licensed and localized faster than ever before. Before the pandemic, anime theatrical releases were also growing wider making more money than ever before. In the first 2 months of 2020, My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising, and Weathering with You both played in over 1,000 theaters and made $13.3 million and $7.7 million, respectively. Demand for the final rebuild film has almost certainly grown along with the wait. Even those who've been mixed on the previous rebuilds are curious to find out how Hideaki Anno has concluded Evangelion and once and for Evangelion once and for all. The original series streaming debut on Netflix in 2019 introduced the series to a new generation of anime fans, as well as people who'd never who'd never even considered themselves anime fans before, guaranteeing a wider American audience than ever for 3.0 plus 3.0 plus 1.0. While a faster release schedule should theoretically be easier now than it was 9 years ago, there might also be more complications. Funimation released the previous three rebuild films, but now that Netflix is streaming the original anime and G Kids has the home video rights, there could be a serious bidding war over the final film. In fact, Netflix used a new dub cast for the TV series could also cause more competition now now that there are two sets of actors with an interest in reprising their roles. Hopefully, a proper American release of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 gets figured out and announced soon. If not, at least Evangelion fans are used to waiting. Leto and Solid are finally here. Hey guys. Hey Mike, Toys, Woody, ABC, back out. I'll be driving to work, so I'll be listening as always. Was that when Amanda Winley stripped? Well, well, okay. Yeah, I don't think she was quote unquote stripping, because they had recast the roles. I think that video that you saw on Tug's stream the other night of her, well, that thing's been going around for a while though, of her basically, stripping in front of Pen Hair, trying to get it on with him. That happened years ago. Okay, back when it was fairly popular. She was fairly popular. Okay, hey, Leto and Shannon. Hey, Solid, didn't see you there. How are you? Good. I just entered the stream at Leto. Hey, Leto. Oh, that's cool. So did I. Hey, Toys. Hope you're good today, Toys. Brush her stripping. Bruh, her stripping was gross. You laugh out loud. Never saw that before. Laugh out loud. Well, you shot the other night on Tug Stream, right? Of course, that was talked a lot about last year when she was really in the thick of things, giving her 2 cents on the whole Vic stuff, and people were all over. And then, of course, that's how people found out about, because somebody went looking for something like that or something like that, and that's how everybody came to know about that. So All right. So, anyways, we do have one more story to go through. Um, yeah, you guys kind of got in late tonight. Missed most of the stories. Just past the hour mark, huh? How was your day, Leto? Asked ATC. Yeah, I did. Good to hear. Yeah. So, anyways, on to the next story here. And my cursor there. And on to the last main story of the night. Yeah. Oh, and it's in the big picture now. Okay, so here's the last story I was gonna cover for tonight. Um, that was good to hear. Let's see. Good, heading to work now, so can't talk much since I'll be driving. We got 6 people in here now, so good. All right, so here's the last main story of the night here. Before DC Super Pets, there was Cartoon Network's Crypto the Superdog. Years before the upcoming DC Super Pets animated film was announced, Crypto the Superdog had his very own show on Cartoon Network. And it was basically the Vancouver crew that provided the voices for this cartoon. Sam Vincent did the voice of Crypto. Brian Drummond did the voice of Streaky there. Um, let's see. Among let's see, some of Sam Vincent's probably known roles include Forge and X Men Evolution. He was Athro Zala in Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Um, as for Brian Drummond, of course, he I think aside from Streaky, of course, he had quite a few. He was yeah. So, anyways, DC Super Pets, a CG animated film based on DC Comics' Legion of Super Pets, is currently in the works at Warner Brothers from director Jared Stern and Sam Levine. The film is scheduled for release on May 20th, 2022. A 10-second teaser was released at DC Fandom last year, starring none other than Superman's canine companion Krypto. Over a decade before DC Super Pets was ever announced, however, the Dog of Steel actually had his very own animated series on Cartoon Network. Created by DC Animation mainstays Alan Burnett and Paul Dini. Paul Dini, who also did previous work for Filmation on the 1980s He-Man series, as well as She-Ra. Um, Crypto the Superdog premiered on May 25th, 2005, based on the character of the same name. Um, and created by Otto Binder and Kurt Swain half a century earlier in March 1955. Otto Binder was also one of the guys who created Billy Batson Captain Marvel, Fawcett's Captain Marvel. He and C.C. Beck were so. The show was one of multiple DC animated series to premiere on Cartoon Network during that era. following the likes of Justice League Unlimited, and Teen Titans. There's Crypto and Bathound. Bathound being voiced by Scott McNeil there, who of course is known as Wolverine from X-Men Evolution, who also voiced Wolverine from X-Men Evolution, as well as Koga from Inuyasha, and Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, they brought in a Canadian actor on the Funimation dub for Full Metal Alchemist to portray Hohenheim Elric. So, Crypto's eponymous animated series was his first on-screen appearance. Um, no, oh, I'm sorry, no, wasn't, because I'm thinking, wait a minute, no, it wasn't. So let me read that again. Crypto's eponymous animated series wasn't his first on-screen appearance. He had previously been seen in The Adventures of Superboy, a series of animated shorts, 1960s, also produced by Filmation. Of course, he just had a bark there. He didn't actually have somebody voicing him. With Bob Hastings providing the voice of young Clark Kent Superboy, who would go on to voice Commissioner Gordon in Batman the Animated Series. There were also multiple nods to Crypto in the DC animated universe, with the dog even appearing in Justice League Unlimited's 2004 adaptation of Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons' iconic "For the Man Who Has Everything" story. Moreover, in February 2005, a mere month before Crypto, the Superdog's Cartoon Network premiere, a live action Superdog appeared in an episode of Smallville Season 4 on the WB. However, while the episode in question is titled Crypto, this dog is considerably different from his comic book counterpart, and the Kent family ultimately settles on the name Shelby. Um, which is kind of interesting because Shelby as a name, maybe that's a that's kind of a nod to Shelley Fabre, who voiced Martha Kent in the DCAU Superman series, as well as her appearances on Justice League. So, um, all that being said, Cartoon Network's Crypto the Superdog marked the first time the title character appeared on screen in a leading capacity, with Sam Vincent perhaps best known for his role as Ed, A-E-D-E-double-D, on Ed, Ed, and Eddie, stepping up and give the heroic hound his voice, featuring an earworm of a theme song. Um, the show opens as Crypto lands on Earth following the destruction of Superman's home planet, Krypton. Um, he is subsequently adopted by Kevin Whitney, a 9-year-old boy who lives in the suburbs of Metropolis. Upon tracking his canine companion down, the Man of Steel agrees to let Crypto stay with Kevin for a while, as he's too busy saving the world to give him the attention he needs on his own. Naturally, Crypto's own heroic adventures ensue. He is joined by various other crime fighting animals in his exploits, including established DC characters such as Streaky the Super Cat and Ace the Bat Hound, as well as newcomers like Brainy Barker, Kevin and his neighbor Andrea, Streaky's owner. Now, in the comics, Streaky was actually owned by Kara Zor-El, Supergirl. So, also often come along for the ride, as they are the only two humans aware of their pets' dual identities. In keeping with the show's animal centric theme, the villains faced by Crypto and the Super Pets are often pets themselves, many of whom belong to infamous DC baddies. Offenders include Ignatius, Lex Luthor's iguana, Isis, Catwoman's cat, the Bad News Birds, Penguin's birds, and Bud and Lou, Joker's hyenas. Well, technically they're Harley Quinn's hyenas, but the show only ever mentions the Joker by name. However, in an apparent nod to Harley, Crypto the Superdog did redesign Bud and Lou, giving them a new red and black color scheme. And there is where Superman meets up with Crypto for the first time since coming to Earth. See what's being said here. My day's been good by Action Toys. Was your day a little? Okay, we did read that. Yeah, I did. Okay, that is good to hear. Good heading. Okay, there's only one more. Yeah, yeah. Brian. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I even did a VA profile on him. Right now, at the time when I did the VA profile, I had looked over his Twitter and his Facebook and found he didn't he didn't he didn't seem like SJW when I initially did the the VA profile on him, but then like I think what was it, March of last year, he all of a sudden came out and started dumping on Vic. So that was kind of messy. So, anyways, let's include the article here. Crypto the Superdog ran for a total of 39 episodes across 2 seasons, concluding on December 15th, 2006, with the holiday special Iguanica. Reruns briefly aired on Kids WB with Boomerang re-airing episodes from 2007 to 2014. Show was last seen on Cartoon Network proper in the United States in December 2008, when Iguanica was broadcast as part of a marathon of the network's various holiday specials. Like many DC animated series, Crypto the Superdog also got a tie-in comic book, which ran for 6 issues under the Johnny DC print imprint from 2006 to 2007. Crypto continued to have an on-screen presence following the show's conclusion, appearing in episodes on Batman: The Brave and the Bold, Justice League Action, and DC Superhero Girls. He even finally made a proper live action debut in 2018, appearing in season 2 of Titans and subsequently being confirmed for season 3. Superman's dog also broke into the world of film, appearing in the 2010 animated movie Superman Batman Apocalypse and making a cameo in the 2018 theatrical release Teen Titans Go to the movies, announced in 2018. DC Super Pets is expected to fly into theaters next year, with crypto leading the charge. So there you go. So that. That's all the main stories we have for you tonight. Let's see where are we at time. Wow, so we went through that pretty quick there. Uh, made good time there. I'm listed as the only participant in the chat right now. 3 people watching. I'll be right back. Just gotta go off camera here for a moment. All right, so hour and 21 minutes. Okay, almost hour 22. All right, so let's see. Well, coming up on the hour and a half mark, guys. Is there anything else you guys wanted to ask about or talk about? Anything else on your mind? Maybe anything you're watching right now or reading or what have you? I mean, I do understand it's been kind of a slow night. I think the energies seem kind of low. It is good, which well, not necessarily good, but maybe maybe if you guys maybe I'll give you a chance to rest up for tomorrow. We get into the comics and hopefully I can get Tug to come in. I'll send him the information and hopefully we can get him to join us. Of course, as you guys know, tomorrow night being Friday night, Bat Goat and I will be looking at March of 1937 of comics, the comics that went on sale then. So, am I the only one who has seen Lilo and Stitch and was like Dee, the older sister, um, Dick? Well, I don't know about everybody else. I know I haven't watched Lilo and Stitch before, so um, I don't know about everybody else in here if they've watched it or not. We're in 23. So, anything else you guys want to add to the conversation or anything like that? Of course, a reminder tomorrow night, Friday night, doing we'll be continuing our historical comic retrospect. Tomorrow night, we'll be looking at books went on sale in March of 37. Hopefully, I'll try to see if Tug will come join us. I'll send him the of course the show link. I'll send him the YouTube link. You know, so he can come watch, and then if he does want to join us for the in the studio. Again, I'm not going to push him on that as hard, but if, just to get him in, just to get him to come watch and hang out. That's my main goal. You know. Um, yeah. All right, so yeah, it's been kind of a slow night. Not a lot of conversation going on. That's understandable. Um, all right, well, if there's nothing more to be said, then guys, I guess we can start wrapping up here. Are you guys ready for this day in each history? Give me a second to go off camera here for a quick moment. Driving, sorry, that's all right, Led. I understand. It just seems though like with the lack of conversation here, it does seem like people are more tired right now. I guess. Um. All Anyway, so are you guys ready for this day in each history? Well, it looks like I haven't seen any comments from Batgoat or Woody in a while. Wonder if they wonder if they somehow got knocked off or something like that. Knocked off the stream or something like that. Huh. All right. Well, anyways, guys. All right, I think I'm gonna start wrapping up here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this day in each history. I've got a couple of items for tonight. And hopefully tomorrow night everybody will be a little more energized. Um, some nights are slow. That's all you can say. Laugh out loud. I bet Woody and Batgoat are sleeping. Hmm. That's possible. But if that's the case, I'd be glad for it, because particularly with Batgoat, because yes, Nietzsche, because means maybe he'll get some rest and be ready for tomorrow night, ready to give. I know he's going to be happy to for his lull contest. So, anyways, I will try to see if I can get Tug to join us tomorrow. So with that being said, let's see. Yes, Nietzsche. Bring it forth the Nietzsche. Okay. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up by going into this day in each history. So let me just do a couple quick little reminders here. Oh yeah, 1998 and 1991. Okay. All right, then. Well, without any further ado, then, let's take a look back on this day in each history. Today being Thursday, March 11th, 2021. Let's take a look back at what happened, some things in the world of anime, cartoons, comics, manga on this day in each history. First off, we're going to head back 30 years ago today. On this day, 30 years ago today, Jerry Lawler would regain the USWA Unified World Heavyweight Championship from Terry Funk in Memphis, Tennessee. Um, this would start his eighth reign as the USWA Unified World Heavyweight Champion, a championship that was originally brought together when he basically unified the USWA and the World Class titles, and as well as the AWA title, but then AWA withdrew, so do their recognition. So, but anyways, this would mark Jerry Lawler's eighth reign as he would defeat Terry Funk in Memphis, Tennessee, for the USWA Unified World Heavyweight Championship. So that's it. And now one more piece of niche history here, and we're gonna go 7 years from 7 years from where we last were. This would be 23 years ago today, so 30 years ago before, but now 23 years ago today, on this date in 1998, the 520th and penultimate issue of Journey into Mystery from Marvel Comics went on sale. The second to the last issue of Journey into Mystery from Marvel Comics went on sale on this date for $1.99. It was 32 pages. A Long Cold Kill, Chapter 1 was the name of the story. Written by Marv Wolfman. Penciled by Carl Kinchy. Inked by Alan Milgroin. Lettered by Jonathan Babcock. Colored by Steve Oliff. The editor was Glenn Greenberg. So on this date, 23 years ago today in 1998, the 520th and penultimate or second to the last issue of Journey into Mystery went on sale on this date. So I thank you guys for being here tonight. No, we kind of had a bit of a slower night energy wise, but that's cool. I hope you guys will get plenty of rest because we're going to be hitting March of 1937 tomorrow night, back good night, and I hopefully will get Tug to at least drop by and say hi. You know, whether or not he comes in the studio, I don't know if that will happen or not. But if he can come in and just hang out and chat with everybody and get into it, hopefully hopefully we can get him in. And if you guys want to help out, you guys can message him through his and remind him, hey, Mike's looking forward to you coming in. So you guys can do that as well. That would help too. Just like liking and sharing the stream. So, anyways, well, guys, I will see you tomorrow night. Have a good night. Have a good rest. Hopefully, everybody comes back with more energy tomorrow. Bye.